Good morning. What shall we talk about today? I think we'll stop talking about the baboons and the bonobos because I've loads of other things I want to talk about. I was saying recently that my lowest ebb was when I was working in Tesco, and that wasn't really Tesco's fault. That was very much as my opinion and my pride. Both really, my opinions and my pride. But yeah, my opinions, not in relation to the paranoia, but my opinions about, like, it didn't really matter a fuck what they thought. You know what I mean? Like, why should I let them? Why should I let them? Like, let them fucking take pleasure in my downfall. Let them take whatever pleasure they want from it at all. That needn't affect me at all. But it was. But like, that's not how it was. I'll just tell you how it was. So it was my opinions and my pride. It wasn't really Tesco's fault. But then there was something else as well, because I've been thinking about this for the last few days, and I was thinking about something else. Another thing about it was a very humbling experience, a very humbling experience. That Tesco experience was a very humbling experience because, as to say, it's like they say the Axl Rose, Estranged, That's one of my favourite songs, Estranged, but I've already played it, so I won't play it again. But, now you got your head down out of clouds, you don't walk so proud, you don't talk so loud. you know, uh, so basically, a very humbling experience. But you have to be very careful with this humbling experience. And I'm going to talk about this because I've so much I want to say. I have so much I want to say. The American girl was back yesterday evening. We had a chat, and I want to talk about toxic masculinity, and I want to talk about a few things. But yeah, my wires getting crossed. But anyway, I won't digress. So I was in Tesco anyway. I want to talk about the humbling experience. I was in Tesco one time and they put me on the drinks, and they put me on the drinks because I was quite built at the time and strong, and the drinks are very heavy. So the drinks were they deemed me, so which was grand. I didn't mind doing the drinks. I didn't mind doing the drinks, 'cause heavy lifting. I didn't mind doing the heavy lifting at all. But there I was in the evening on the drinks side doing the drinks, and of course, like, I'd know half the town at this stage. Like, I've had a couple of businesses in the town, and I knew most people, and well, I knew a lot of people. I did. I knew a lot of people, and so obviously, like, people would be saying hello to you and all, and they're going past. Now everyone is fucking is horrible cunts, but I want to talk about the horrible cunts thing as well, because my soul keeps telling me to stop calling them horrible cunts. And I'm going to try and stop calling them horrible cunts because, like, I said to myself, well, it's no fucking different than Marcus Aurelius did when he called them fucking ill-tempered, ingrates, vicious, uh, meddling, interfering people that he's going to meet today. If you look up the Marcus Aurelius quote, today I will meet, ingrates, meddling, violent people. But I understand their nature, and their nature is like this because they cannot tell the good from the bad. Maria, you look up the quote for yourselves. But I said it's no different. It's no different to what he's doing. It's no different to what he's doing. I'm only doing an abstraction of that when I call them horrible cunts. That's just an abstraction of that. Because what are they if they're not horrible cunts? These ingrates, these meddling, interfering, violent, aggressive, ill-tempered people. Like, well, he does the list. He has a list done, but I said, what are they if they're not horrible cunts? But then, as my son said to me, well, if they're horrible cunts, what do you call the people, the murderers and rapists in the jail? And I said, yeah, that's grand. But we've been through that before, but still, like, like, you can't expect me to run through that list, like, it's going to be hard to change that, but I'll try. You know what I mean? I'll try. Um, yeah. So, but I want, yeah. So I was saying anyway. There I was doing the drinks on one evening, and this a friend of mine came up and he stopped to me, talked to me as well, Dave. You're here now and all the rest. The usual bullshit. But of course I says, yeah, I'm here now. Sure, it's just going to be for a short time to get back on my feet, like, sure. Sure, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, it's grand here, I mean, sure, make a few quid, I pay the rent, whatever it is, And that was grand. He fucked off. and I was just doing my work, and this was part of the humbling experience. But it got fucking worse. It got fucking worse. Next thing, this little faggot comes out. This manager, and a little prick comes out, and he comes up. Of course, he's the shirt and tie and all. You know, he's the shirt and tie and all because he's the boss. You know. So he comes up and he catches me by the arm. Do you ever see someone catch me? He caught me by the arm and the forearm. So he led me like this. So he had my arm like this, you know, the hand here and the hand here. And he caught me by the arm. He led me by the arm out to the back store. And I was there saying, what the fuck is going on? But I wasn't even asking myself what the fuck was going on. Because I tell you, I was absolutely in shock. I couldn't process it. And sometimes things happen in your reality that you'd really just have trouble processing what the fuck is going on. But this is a cortisol response. This is a complete fucking bottleneck in the thinking that you cannot process this shit. And he brought me out to the back store, walked me out to the back store, and he said to me, Dave, you're in work now, and you can't be talking to customers. When anybody comes up to talk to you like that, he'd be watching it on the camera, and he says, if anybody comes up to talk to you like that, he says, you have to tell them to move on. You're in work now, and you're not to be talking to the customers in the aisle, do you hear me? I was in shock. I'll tell you exactly what it was like. I was the very same as the bishop when Father Ted Crilly kicked him in the ass. And I can't explain to you exactly what that's like. You're going to have to look at it for yourselves. So instead of a song today, I'm going to play this clip from Father Ted of him kicking Bishop Brennan in the arse. Now, I was exactly the same as Bishop Brennan. My reaction was the very same as Bishop Brennan in this clip. I was that shell-shocked by the experience. And I just said to myself, have I been reduced to this? And because I couldn't process it, because I was trying to find a response at the time. I was only new in the job. I felt I needed the job. I felt like that how nice of Tesco to give me the job. But by Jesus, it was hard to process this because I was after doing doors for years, and dealing with hundreds of situations. But by Jesus, this was new. This little prick did me better. This was new. And and I want to talk about this. And why I want to talk about this is because a girl said to me last night about second arrow response. Second arrow response. And I said, what's second arrow response? And she said, well, it's sometimes, she said, when a situation happens and you don't know how to deal with the situation, like the very same as what just happened. She said, and then you think back on it and you ask yourself, oh, I really should have fucking done something, and you start thinking about all the things you should have done, and all the things you should have done. Then you get this fantasy, you know, I should have got this, I should have got this, I should have twisted them up, and I should have responded so differently. But at the same time, you get Dunning-Kruger syndrome, and you fantasize that you should have responded in a way that far exceeds your ability to respond. But that's in some cases, but that's from the bouncer training. But anyway, she told me a different story. She was saying that then when you think I should have done something, done something, and for days then you think about how you should have responded. And when this incident happens again, you're ready, because you have adapted and you've learned from this situation. But the problem is, she said, you overcompensate. So when somebody comes to talk to you, or somebody just wants to say something nice, you turn dog on them, and you way overcompensate. Because the last time you didn't respond appropriately, or you didn't feel you responded, you didn't do enough, or you felt like me that time, you couldn't process the reality. But by Jesus, you're going to process it this time, and you're going to bury this cunt. So it's a complete overcompensation and some poor old harmless cunt gets it, because you're just going to bury this cunt because you're going to overcompensate for the fact that you did nothing the last time. Yeah. And I could say to her, I never thought about that, but you're 100% right. That is a thing. And I have done that. Yeah, I have done that. And this was a big thing in the bouncing, but the bouncer training came way after this. This was 2011. The bouncer training came way after this. The bouncer training, I think, was 2018, maybe 2018. Started in 2015. The bouncer training started in 2015 to 2018, 3 years. Yeah. So the bouncer training started in 2015. This was 2011. But the thing with the bouncer training is I used to teach de-escalation and escalation techniques. So I used to teach how to ramp it up, how to be assertive, because this was something she was talking about last night as well. She was talking about last night as well. She was saying to me that I was saying to her about lucid dreams, you know. That's why when I drink a bottle of beer at night and I go for a piss and I come back, this is one of the reasons that I drink the beer. So when I come back then from a piss, there's a period before you fall asleep again. So you're half asleep going for a piss, then you come back, you're half asleep, and you fucking get into the bed, and there's this lucid state. This is the most conscious state you can be in, when you're not conscious enough to reject the visions and dreams and whatever. And she said, oh yes, oh, that happens to me. When people do, I get these nightmares. And I said, nightmares? I said, the only thing that makes them nightmares is your opinion about them. The fact that this is a bad dream. I said, this is what makes it a nightmare. This is a bad dream. This causes you disturbance because of your opinion about it. And she said, rape. Now at this point I was supposed to shut my mouth. But I said, no, I won't shut my fucking mouth, because I said to myself, well, do you not consider yourself lucky? I says, to be given the opportunity to process this and to adapt to this and to mitigate this and to decide to adapt and overcome in being given a virtual situation, a dream that's so real, but yet it causes you actually no physical harm. But I said, you've been given the opportunity to adapt and overcome, and all you're doing is getting more and more neurotic as a result. In other words, like I tried to say to her, well, you've been given the opportunity to mitigate this, like, and this is something you should think about, because like instead of becoming more and more neurotic, you're being given a virtual reality, if you like, an opportunity to address this and deal with this without it actually being a reality as such, so causes you no physical harm, and you should be grateful for this, you know. So as I said, if we were to mitigate this, I said, what they decide to do then, of course, is we're going to stamp out all toxic masculinity. Because as the American girl said to me last night, I was saying, not many look at the old podcasts, you know, not many look at the videos, you know. And she says, well, maybe if you stop swearing, because she said, girls won't look at a video where you're swearing like this. And she said, because I've done a study on this and I've researched this, and she said once girls hear the swearing, they automatically put it down to toxic masculinity and they just turn off, tune out. And she said, so maybe you should stop swearing if you want the girls to watch your video. And I said, no fucking way. No fucking way. I said, I don't give a fuck who watches the videos. Oh yes, I swear a lot, but there's no fucking way I am going to not swear in the videos. I said, I don't care if they watch the videos. I get up every morning, I do my fucking work, and they can do what they like with the videos. Watch the videos, don't watch the videos. I couldn't give two fucks. It's in their interest to watch the videos, but if they don't feel it's in their interest to watch the videos, don't watch the fucking videos. I don't give two fucks. I don't give two fucks. I don't want their love, I don't want their money. I want fuck off of them, I need fuck off of them, and I will not play to their perceptions. They can fuck right off. Yeah. But then anyway, so the girl was telling about the nightmares. So I was saying to the girl anyway with the nightmares, I was saying to her then, because this is after this, you know. And I was talking to this girl and she was saying about that. Now she has, I'll go too much into it. But anyway, I was saying to her that there's escalation techniques. I said, I find fuck off works very well. And she says, oh. And you could see she was a bit disturbed by the toxic masculinity. And I says, yeah. I said, I think fuck off works rather well, I said. And I said, but the whole thing is you have to be assertive. Because one girl said to me recently that it's okay to get angry if I'm protecting my borders. And I said, protecting your borders? I said, well, can I have a list of your borders? Because I don't know what your borders are. And I'm sort of a man that says, fuck your safe space. But if I don't know what your borders are, how can I not avoid encroaching on your boundaries? And then we have a situation, I don't want to upset anybody. You know what I mean? But she thinks it's okay to get angry next, but you're not really. I said the whole trick is to be assertive. In other words, if you choose anger as the best response, like fuck off! But you know what I mean? Even if it's that aggressive, but it doesn't have to be that aggressive first. Like the first thing you could say is, you know, don't touch me. You know what I mean? I won't ask you again not to touch me. You know what I mean? And then you can go, fuck off. And then you can even escalate to what part of fuck off don't you understand? Fuck off and sit somewhere else. Now, that's controlled anger because I can go back to this state like this. I don't. If I was really angry, it'd take me 2 to 3 hours to cool down and make it off this. Bye.